We are going to get going here. We are back live here on iHeartRadio and also AMFM247.com. Tune in, iTunes, and of course, Radio Loyalty. And we have got a great band with us today. They join us live here on Skype. And go ahead and introduce yourselves, gentlemen. Talk to us a little bit about yourselves.
I'm Dirty Kurt, play drums for XIX.
I'm Graydon Child. I play guitar and sing.
Louis Brambois, I play guitar.
Eric, I'm the bass player.
Fantastic.
And, we have Spenny, our lead singer, but as in all lead singer fashion, he's late right now, so he may be jumping into this halfway through.
Okay, well, tell us about the band. How'd you guys get started as a group?
Well, the whole thing really started with Kurt. Kurt came up with the idea, like the concept of the band XIX and kind of an idea of what the music was going to be, and he met Spenny very first on, right? Like early on. And Lewis was a Craigslist, just looking for a guy on Craigslist. And I actually opened 2 shows for them, just doing some solo acoustic stuff. And they're like, hey, man, join the band. So that's how they got me. And then we just met Eric, and he's an old buddy of Kurt's too. So all just kind of fell together out of nowhere. But it works perfect.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, this name, tell me how'd you guys come up with this name?
That's Kurt right there.
There's really like a lot of meanings behind it. I've kind of purposely just left it open-ended for anybody else to interpret, but it's gone from simple, easy to remember, from 19 numerology to...
Looks good on a t-shirt.
To like, there's a whole bunch of possibilities through it all, but realistically, it started from it just being easy and catchy to remember.
Fantastic, fantastic. We've got XIX with us today. They join us live here on our big broadcast. So how do we find you guys on social media, websites, all these things? How do we find you guys?
We got xixband.com, will be the main one. And then you got the Facebook under official XIX. The Instagram is
official.xix.
Official.xix.
Yeah.
And then YouTube would be XIX Band as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. So,
yeah. It's all on Spotify, Google Play, everything.
So, where do you guys get your inspiration for some of your music and things of that nature?
Well, a lot of basically all the lyrics are written by Spenny, but I know he just draws a lot on his life experience and different things like that. And then Lewis wrote a whole lot of almost all the riffs for this album that we're promoting right now.
Yeah.
So where does that come from?
Well, that comes from like a lot of my rock influences, from like old school, like Motley Crue and Judas Priest and stuff like that, to new stuff like Shinedown and bands like Monster Truck and stuff like that. I'm really, really big fans of music like that, so that's where most of my inspiration comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad we've got you guys with us today. They join us live here in our big program. And so, where are you guys planning on touring or doing any performances or anything this year?
Yeah, we've already got January to the end of March fully booked up. We're looking at doing an across Canada thing in April, May, and then also possibly coming down south to you guys during the summer.
Hopefully, yeah. It's definitely something we want to do more of. We want to tour. We know the more we play live together, the better we're going to get. The more we can connect with more people, and we just want to play awesome music and explore the world with it.
So, where do you guys think the new year's going to take you as far as musically goes?
I think it's going to really, because I mean, XIX is still a fresh thing, right? I think through the course of 2020, it's really going to kind of show us where we belong and where we all sit with each other. I mean, we're all still in the midst of figuring each other out, musically and non-musically. And I think that the new year is really going to define who we are, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've already started working on some new songs. I'm newer to the band as well. I wasn't part of the writing process or anything from the last album, but Spenny and I really clicked, like writing songs together now as well, and so I'm really interested to see how that works out. And Lewis, of course, always like the riff machine over here. And Eric is like a fantastic bass player. We're so lucky to have found him. He's like amazing. So I could only seriously. I could only see things just getting better and better. The more we play together, the more shows we get, the more tours, all that kind of stuff. It's just onwards and upwards.
We have got a great guest with us today here on Skype Audio. XIX joins us here on our program. And so tell me about some of the different bands you guys have played with over this past year.
We did the first one with Daniel Wesley.
Yeah, we opened for we played with Daniel Wesley, one of our first shows. We actually just did a show about a month or so ago, opening for Faber Drive. And why do I feel like I'm forgetting one?
I feel like we're forgetting one too.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of other local bands, right, to stay in the scene and develop our connections and network with other people playing in our local Vancouver area.
Yeah, who are we opening for at Gabby's? Fear the Wolves.
No, that's at the Roxy. We'll be playing with Fear the Wolves.
Oh yeah, Fear the Wolves. Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah, it's just it's an ongoing upward battle, right?
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of local bands right now. But looking to play with some bigger bands, and that'll probably happen once again. The more we tour, the more we travel, we can grow that network as well.
Fantastic. So what's been the social media reaction to your music, Ben?
It's all positive. Everyone seems to be liking it. Everyone seems to take away their own aspect or their own piece of what they like the most about what we post on social media. Like, and as far as songs go, they give us lots of feedback on what their favorite songs are.
Yeah, I haven't really heard too many bad things about it. I mean, when we wrote the album, we purposely wanted it to be quite eclectic and to have different styles or different genres on the album. And I think that has resulted in every single person that listens to it walking away with their own favorite.
Yeah, that's totally true.
Exactly.
Awesome. So with all your music and everything that you guys been doing, music videos and anything coming in that realm anytime soon?
Well, we've got the two original music videos that can already be found on our YouTube from the previous year, but we are in the midst of planning a music video right now for Rockstar. Yeah.
Fantastic. So who's going to be putting that together for you?
Well, my day job is I actually work on the film sets up here, so I've kind of got
that's cool.
I got a lot of friends that come out and we help us out to get us high quality videos, and that's kind of like favor jobs, right?
Yeah. Kurt's got
here's Spenny.
Here's there. All right.
Sit down. We're already in the interview.
Oh, hi. Sorry about that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Just it's like your lead singer's doing a run-in. That's fantastic. So how did you end up in this band?
Me?
Yes.
Well,
He's already
well, I was actually a karaoke star. That was it. I was at a karaoke bar singing, and our old manager saw me and said, "Oh, you need to audition for this band." And I said, "Okay."
That's fantastic. Right. So what are some of your musical heroes and influences and everything for music?
Growing up, I would have to say Chris Cornell, Dave Grohl for sure. Anthony Kiedis, I just love the Chili Peppers. But also classics like Ozzy Osbourne and Robert Plant, big influences on me. The first album I ever purchased with my own money was Paranoid by Black Sabbath.
That's fantastic. That's awesome. So with getting into this band, Tell me a little bit more about this karaoke thing, and then you end up in the band.
Well, I sang in a band out of high school. And it didn't work out. We broke up, and then just the next 10 years, I just went on with my life. I got a career, and I ended up getting married. I'm divorced now. I have a 4-year-old son who is here. And anyway, I just went through the routine. You know, I went to work. I paid for our house, and did the whole marriage thing. And unfortunately, that never worked out. But every Tuesday night, I'd go to karaoke with my best friend Aaron.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then my buddy found him, and he's like, "You got to come meet this Kurt guy. You got to come sing for Kurt." And that's basically, he walked in, met me one night, and we
they both had Star Wars tattoos.
We both had Star Wars tattoos and fell in love in 2 minutes over Star Wars tattoos. And then and I've had to put up with him ever since. Let's just say that.
Well, okay, you brought that up. What do you guys think of the new Star Wars movies?
Loved it. I cried. I cried through the whole thing.
He did cry through the whole thing. We have witnesses.
No, I loved it. It was amazing.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's been people that have been split on these movies. There's people that have been like, this is crap. Disney doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
The previous two were, but this one I thought was absolutely amazing. I thought they kind of redeemed themselves on it.
I think anytime you have a franchise that's not only like so old and then rebooted so many years later, but has such a following, everybody has their own ideas about how it should be, they're so personally attached to the story that you're never going to please everybody. So I think they did an okay job. I didn't hate it.
That's awesome.
Personally, I read dozens and dozens of Star Wars books. So the kind of the Rise of the Empire, the books that followed the Return of the Jedi, I read and I absolutely loved. And Disney bought it and then just went, "We're gonna do our own thing." And I went, "Okay."
This is fantastic. Now you guys are pretty amazing. I love the setup with the webcam here, bringing us right into where you guys are, and
full rehearsal space.
Yeah, there's the Kurt's drum set behind us. This is where the jam room.
You're in the jam room.
Fantastic. Well, but before we let you guys go, once again, how do we find you online, buy your music, everything else?
Yeah, xixband.com. You got Facebook / official XIX. You've got YouTube XIX Band. You've got the Instagram is official.xix.
Yeah, Spotify, same thing. XIX Band.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all XIX Band and official XIX on all of them.
Yeah, you'll find us. We're there.
Well, that's amazing. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you making time, and we will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for being on with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Appreciate it, guys. There they go, XIX, and that wraps it up here from Jiggy.